Okay, so ideally we want an oil can with a very long tube on it. Don't have to use one of these, but what you don't want to do is just to get an ordinary oil bottle and squirt oil in. The oil will go everywhere and it will cause problems. There are different ones available, things like this on the internet. It's a shorter spout, but certainly much better than trying to manage with a conventional bottle. Okay, so a few points. Work on the end first. So there is the drive belt from the top to the bottom, and the main bottom shaft runs through there. And all we're going to do is just drop a bit of oil at the back of that on the shaft up against the bush there on this pulley here. And if you see, it is just a couple of drops. We're not squirting the oil in. And what I like to do is oil the pulley, which seems a bit odd, but we oil the pulley, and as the pulley turns it lubricates the belt, just keeps the belt nice and supple, stops it from drying out and elongates its lifespan. I'm going to turn the machine back round, and then got the top bush here. I'm going to put just a drop of oil both sides, and we're on the shaft up against the bush, and that will get drawn in when the machine starts up. And the difficult one is the other side of that one in there, which really you need to take the front off to do. And that's what you would do during a proper service. You'd strip the machine right down and do that one in there. We're not going to do that one at this time, but certainly if you're lubricating on the outside, that will help keep the machine running smoothly. Put the machine onto its back, and then we can look down. We've got a bush here and another one there, which we lubricate both sides. This is a joining clamp in the middle, which doesn't take any maintenance at all. It's just here and here, and the other bush is in here. So the bit that we're looking at is that bit there. You can get both sides of that. Okay. In addition to that, then we're looking at the main raceway. I'm going to pop a bit of oil on that. The many other manufacturers have a wick. The Brothers tend not to have that. They have a more solid effect, but a drop of oil on there, when that starts spinning, it will make its way down. And then you've got the drive, which is, I'm not sure if you can get the camera in there. There's this white thing here. Just put a couple of drops of oil on that, and then that, when that starts spinning, that gets drawn around. Okay, brings us now to the take-up lever, which is under the greatest strain. Everything else just spins around and around and goes round and around. This goes up and down and backwards and forwards and all sorts, so it is quite a vital part to make sure that it's clean and lubricated. So we're going to turn the machine like so. You can take this piece off. I think there's another video showing how that can be done if you have a thread jam, but certainly at this point there's no need for that. So we can lift the needle all the way up and put a drop of oil on the needle bar there and here, and also there. So that's the main needle bar and the attachment onto the take-up lever. So that bit there makes this go up and down. So we've got this joint here, 3 or 4 different points in there that we need to make sure is lubricated. One point here, and also if we look down in the back there, there's another pivot point there. So basically everything that moves there, if it moves and it's made of metal, it needs a little drop of lubrication just to keep it running smoothly. The thing that not many people do is the presser foot. So it is spring loaded and it does have kind of a movement in it. So an absolute tiny drop on that just keeps that fresh as well. It's not so prevalent on these, but some on the smaller machines, the spring does do a lot of work, so it's well worth keeping up on top of that. The take-up lever, so we've got the machine turned off, which means we can turn this without any problem. We're going to turn it so it's open, and while we've got the machine in bits, we can always have a good clean in there, making sure it's clean and tidy, vacuum it out, brush it out, make sure it's clean while we've got the machine in bits. Always well worth doing that. That's really just the basic bit that you need to keep on top of, and all we need to do now is gently and slowly reassemble the machine and get it working again.